Greetings, Talvar, and I hope you've had a fantastic week. Well, we have got some information to go through. Plenty has been happening in the world of the greater good, and I want to report to you all my findings and to celebrate some of the amazing successes we've had. Now, Puretide Program, going really well right now. A lot of you have really enjoyed the new content that I've been putting out, and especially the schedule, so you can see exactly what's happening and how to be a part of it. And just to obviously showcase a few things, we've had at least an extra 200 people subscribe to the YouTube channel, and plenty of likes and comments, and for that, eternally grateful. Thank you so much. And we've actually had a big uptake in people joining the Puretide program at all levels as well, not just the free community, but also in the subscription areas. So it's fantastic seeing the amount of support that you guys are giving me, and you're enjoying the content that I'm doing so far. To give you a very quick overview of what's happening this week, obviously, we're starting with today, Meta Monday. I've got a faction-focused video that I'm going to be doing for Chassels on the Eldari. I'm going to start with the aspect host, and then I'm going to start to add a little bit more in terms of the content of all the new codexes that are coming out, especially that we're going to see some kind of disruption with the balanced data slate, maybe a few new detachments, we don't know. And then on Tuesday, I've got the Quiz the Commander call, which is one of my favourites. It's a chance to have a live Q&A with myself, present your barriers, and leave with solutions. I'm going to do a few more Academy training videos on Wednesday. I'm going to follow up from the balanced lists that I've provided. And last week I provided one for every Tau detachment. And I'm going to be showcasing how to deploy these detachments and these lists that I created for you. I'm going to start with Mont'ka, and I'm going to give you a deployment example for all the terrain formats, UKTC, GW, WTC. Now, Thursday, Wednesday, we don't quite know when the slate is landing. Rumours are Wednesday, aligning with a few other content creators scheduling. So whenever it lands, there's going to be some content provided by myself to see, how it impacts Tau and what we're going to be doing going forward. And then to round out the last two calls of the week, we've got a live Discord call for the MFM and data slate. So we'll be discussing in a little bit more detail and ensuring that you guys are fully equipped for the next upcoming 3 months of the meta. And then on Friday, a brand new call, War Council, which is basically competitive performance discussions and support group for Chassels. We're going to be talking everything that commanders need to kind of know and to improve their performance going forward. So let's get straight into the meta dashboard. So last time I did the video on Monday, my data didn't have a particular tab clicked. I didn't have the 1.4 New Year all new detachments, and that's more of an accurate description now of where Tau sits. So they haven't updated it, and we're currently sitting at 47%. So the stat check data showcases that at the moment Mont'ka is still doing really well at 53, Auxiliary CAD at 49, Kroot Hunting Pack at 49, Kauyon at 46, and Retaliation CAD at 42. A large amount of our players are playing Auxiliary CAD, and then it's split between Retaliation and Mont'ka. Now, there's been a big shift in this week's data from the weekend just gone. Specifically, let me just show you the Meta Monday. So we've had a fantastic Kauyon performance this weekend, and there's a couple of ones that I'm going to go through. So we had 19 events and 845 players this last weekend, and Eldari coming out on top again. If you don't already check out 40k and Better Monday, go and check them out. They do the Lord's work. They're giving us the lowdown of all the events and helping us keep up to date with the recent performances. So I'm going to talk about Scorched Earth 1. We had a Kauyon List go 6-0 and win the event. And I'll go through their list. I'm going to go through that one last. We've had another event where Tau... Let's have a look. Which event was it? It was the Wheat City Open 2025 in Canada. 46 players and 6 rounds. So let me just find that list. So the Wheat City Open, Tau finished Logan Antonation. finished second with 5 wins and 1 loss, averaging 475 points over 6 games. His list that he ran was Kauyon. I should have probably brought demons. No, mate, you clearly did really well with towels, so rock on, Logan. Logan took a Cadre Fireblade with the Exemplar of the Kauyon with 2 gun drones, Commander Shadow Sun, an Ethereal with the Marker Drone, Shield Drone, Hover Drone, because the Ethereal now has the Greater Good rule, so he can guide. A Kroot Warshaper with the Blade Stave and Prey Hook, because it's cool, why not? A Breach Team, a Strike Team, 1 Devilfish with the Seekers and the 2 gun drones, a single broadside, and he's got 2 single broadsides with a Seeker Missile, Twin Plasma Rifle, and 2 missile drones, a Hammerhead with the Accelerated Burst Cannons, Railgun, and then a second Hammerhead, identically equipped, a unit of Kroot Carnivores with, the Kroot weapon and the Tangle Bomb Launcher, 3 units of Hounds, a single Piranha, Triptide is Eternal, he's gone with a Twin Plasma Rifle, Missile Drones, and Iron Accelerator, and then 2 Stealth Suits and Vespid. So, quite a off-field list, if I'm honest. There's no Pathfinders. There are some characters there that you might be like, why is he taking the Warshaper? Well, the Warshaper's there to give the 3 units of Kroot Hounds OC, so that they can play secondaries for you. They can also do things like move blocking, and they can maybe do a bit of primary denial if you put many of them on an objective, and then single piranha for disruption, and then it's just basically stuff to slow you down. The Triptide is the package that delivers the most damage, and a Vespid for uppy downy. So quite a utility list, and he's clearly done really well with it. So well done, Logan. So then we go to another event, which will be the... There's another one. Where was it? Let me find it. The Hobby Henchman Spring GT in England, 24 players, 5 rounds, so an RTT. And what is this? Kroot-tastic. Hell yeah. Kroot 5-0. Absolutely love it. So let's have a look at the Hobby Henchman. So it was Ross Tully in England, part of the Vanguard Tactics. He went 5-0 with Kroot, averaging, it's 436 points out of 5 games. So if you look at, give me 1 second while I just do very quick maths, 436 divided by 5, it's averaging 87.2 points per game. Let's have a look at his list. So Ross Tully, Krooty want that juicy booty. Love the name, buddy. Kroot Hunting Pack. So he's gone with Ethereal with 2 Shield Drones, Hover Drone. Ethereal, same thing, 2 Shield Drone, Hover Drone. Flesh Shaper, to grant the Kroot units the Feel No Pain 6+, but also gains crits when leading the unit, so the unit can have sustained in combat. He's gone with a Lone Spear with a Kroot Hawk Flock, so a lone op guy with a 10-point enhancement that basically says you cannot deep strike within 12. So fantastic for things like deep striking Blood Angels or Bridgehead. And then you've got double Trail Shaper, which I think is a must. I've been kind of favouring 2 to 3 in my Kroot lists. One of them with a Nomadic Hunter, which is again a fantastic upgrade that gives your, while leading unit, gives your Kroot unit +3 movement and assault on the weapons. So having a Kroot unit scout move 7 and then move 10 and then charge, so it's going 17 inches if you're going first and charging, it's pretty nice. And then also the Trail Shaper grants not only redeploys, but they have to happen before knowing who's going first. You can redeploy his unit and another Kroot unit. So as he's got 2 of them, it means that you can redeploy the 2 units that the Trail Shapers are attached to, and then 2 other Kroot units in the army. And then finally, reactive moves of D6 when enemy moves within 9 inches. Really important ability in 40k. And I think it really helps a few mechanics within the Kroot detachment. You can do some crazy things with reactive moves and then lone-opping your unit outside of 18. So respect the Trail Shaper choice. Really good decision, and clearly it's worked for you, mate. Then the Warshaper. Now this is the cool kid on the block, in my opinion. Kroot Warshaper, root carved weapons. He's got his dart bow and dry blade. Just in the world of futuristic weapons and big guns and bombs and blah 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 blah. this dude just picks up his bow and tri-blade and he's off hunting. The root carved weapons give you precision and devastating wounds. So he has D3 shots, heavy, and I'm just going to look at the profile now so I don't make any mistakes. So, and he has anti-infantry 3+. So what this basically means is that he can just go and hunt characters, and he's pretty damn good at it, especially when you look at a few combinations that you can do. So, War Shaper, let's have a look. War Shaper, come on, where are you? There you go, buddy. So, his range weapons are 24 inches, D3 plus 1 shots, hitting on 4s, strength 4, 0 AP, 2 damage, anti-infantry 3+, assault, and heavy. Now, when you do the root carved weapons, like I said, it gives you, Kroot Hunting Pack, enhancements, root carved weapons, War Shaper model only, it gets precision and devastating wounds. So if you layer where the lone spear shoots something, and any Kroot unit that targets that unit has been shot by a lone spear, or by hit by one of his attacks, you get full rerolls to hit. So this War Shaper could suddenly be in D3 plus 1 shots, full rerolls to hit. If they happen to be below starting strength, with the Kroot Hunting Pack, you get +1 to hit. If they're below half strength, you get +1 to wound. So most of the time, he's going to be at least hitting on 3s with full rerolls, and he's going hunting characters. So, super cool, and I always run the War Shaper with this combo. Now, the rest of the army is going to be 20 Kroot, 20 Kroot, 10 Kroot, 10 Kroot, 10 Kroot, 10 Kroot, so 4 units of 10 and 2 units of 20. So if you look at the Kroot characters, when you take a 20-man unit of Kroot, you can put in 2 Shapers in the unit. So he's got a Flesh Shaper, 2 Trail Shapers, and a War Shaper. So effectively, Trail Shaper and War Shaper in 1, Flesh Shaper with the Nomadic Hunter. I would put the Flesh Shaper with the Trail Shaper with Nomadic Hunter in 1 unit, and then the Kroot War Shaper and the standard Trail Shaper in the other. So 80 battle line units with scout move, sticky, stealth, yeah. And then you've got 2 units of Farstalkers, 3 units of Kroot Hounds, 3 units of 6 Rampages, yeah baby, this is what I'm talking about, and then 3 units of 2 Krootox Riders, so an all Kroot list. Loving it, very similar to something that I've created, a couple of small differences. I don't bother with any Tau units, I don't care about ethereals, I just want it all Kroot, but loving it already. Krooty, want that juicy booty, and it definitely got the juicy booty, mate. You came first, so congratulations. So, then just a bit of roundup, and I'll go through a few other lists as well. Tau had one of the best weekends of the past few months, with 2 event wins and a 45% win rate. They won the biggest event of the weekend. They only had 4 players place well, and overall their 10 win rate is 46%, near the bottom of the pack. This is not my information. This is all taken from the people that do it 40k Meta Monday, so go check them out. There is a few other Tau lists I want to review. And I'll also do a quick review of an event that happened not this weekend, the weekend before, which was the Manchester. I feel that I'm missing one. Right, so let me just go through. So we've done the Hobby Henchman with Ross Tully's list. So we've got IDs of March 2025, and the placings, we've got Drew Salzborn, part of Team Nerd, and let's have a look at his list. So Drew took Breaches Are Still a Thing. Yes, they are, sir. Kauyon, you've got Cadre Fireblade with Exemplar of Kauyon, 2 gun drones, Cadre Fireblade, both of them equipped the same with 2 gun drones. The reason this is really popular, if you don't really know, is that the 2 gun drones benefit from the Cadre's ability, so more shots, rather than 2, it's 3. And then the Cadre Fireblade has an ability where when you roll 6s to wound, your guns go to AP 3, I believe. Cadre Fireblade, abilities, crack shot. Yep, so each time a model makes a ranged attack, this model makes a ranged attack on a critical wound, the attack has an armor penetration of -3. Now, his gun drones are an extension of him, therefore are his weapons. So with the gun drones having twin linked, it's a nice little way of potentially just getting AP3 gun drones. Then you've got, obviously the list is breaches are still a thing, so clearly there's going to be a lot of breaches. 30 breaches, Guardian Drone, Shield Drone. I personally feel that the Shield Drone isn't worth it, and I've seen a lot of lists with the Shield Drone, Guardian Drone, so maybe I'm missing something, but I just prefer the Gun Drone, because 9 times out of 10, the team leader is the last one to die, because the Guardian Drone, if he goes early, then, you know, unfortunately you're not going to be -1 to wound, but I can see why they'd put a Shield Drone on there, in case, for example, you roll 11 dice when you're getting out of a transport if it explodes, and statistically you'll roll 1/6, so you can just put a wound on the team leader. So I get the application for it, and maybe I just accept that some dudes die. But then he's got 3 Devil Fishers on with smart missile systems, which I think is going to be integral in the meta with Eldar jumping around. And obviously he's got his Seeker Missiles and the Accelerated Burst Cannon. So then we're going with the hulls. So an Ion Cannon, Hammerhead, 2 Accelerated Burst Cannons, Ion Cannon and Seekers, and then 2 Hammerheads with Railguns with Seekers and Accelerated Burst Cannons. So if you're going SMS, in my opinion, you want to go all SMS. I get that the Accelerated Burst Cannons are actually pretty good. It's 8 shots, Strength 6, AP 1, 1 damage. And with Sustained, it can get quite spicy. And they can actually punch up into vehicles, because Strength 6, it's a good breaking point. So, personal preference, I suppose, and everybody tailors their list to the local meta. So maybe my local meta is different to Drew's. Then you've got a Kroot Carnivore Squad. You'll always see 1 unit minimum in a list for sticky objectives. It's so important. And then you've got a Kroot Farstalker unit. I don't mind this, because it is just a way, especially to block important infiltration, and with the size of the Farstalker unit you can actually spread it out over the cross of the entire midboard and just stop enemies from infiltrating completely. So I understand the logic behind that. And they've got 2 Kroot Hounds in the unit, which are faster movement, so you can do some really clever positioning with this unit. So then we've got a Pathfinder team with the, let's have a look what drones he's gone for, Grav, so -2. Not bad in Kauyon, to be honest. I've been rocking 2 units of Pathfinders in my Kauyon lists, one with Grav, one with Recon. He's obviously got the Farstalkers that can do the infiltration, so not necessarily 100% needed to have the Recon drone on the Pathfinders, because obviously he's got the Grav for the -2. And this is important because you can have that unit at -2, and then with the Photon Grenade stratagem in Kauyon, you can make an enemy -2 and to charge and take a battle shock test. So having 2 areas of the board that have that can actually slow down quite a lot of combat armies, specifically like the Blood Angels or World Eaters, for example. And then following the hulls, I mean, 3 Sky Rays, so a lot of Accelerated Burst Cannon shots on all these vehicles. He's got 3 Hammerheads, 3 Sky Rays, 3 Stealth. So it's, here's all my dudes, here's all my tanks, can you deal with all these tanks? So, and Cadres to make the breaches absolutely hit like a truck. And I think the one thing that's really great in the Kauyon list with this is that if you're charged, you can hop back into a Devilfish. So keeping those breaches activated, sending one out early in turns 2, and then the rest can like hover around for that sustain hits 2 goodness when Kauyon kicks in. Really nice, smooth list that just synergizes. So hats off, Drew. Well done. I like your list. And Drew came 4th. So 460 points out of 50. So it's a very, very good list in terms of scoring. So averaging 92 points a game. So that is something to be proud of, Drew. I know obviously you were probably going to try and podium, but be proud of your results, mate, and well done. Okay, so let's have a look. Then we've already gone through the week 1. All right, so we're going to go back a weekend and we're going to talk about the Manchester UKTC Super Major that happened. There was 2 town performances. I'm going to go through mine first because it wasn't the best, but I was rocking the Retaliation Cadre list and I finished 4-1, having a really close loss versus Tyranids, and I Shadows of the Warp forced him to do Shadows of the Warp in his turn, Fantastic guy, like really, really, really tactical. And he was like, this is weird. I've never been made to do my shadows on my own turn to score primary. And my secondary cards betrayed me, and I needed a couple of battle shock tests to deny him the 15, but he got it. Regardless of win, loss, or draw, phenomenal game, only lost by 5. And then I got 4-1, and the list that I ended up taking was Farsight, Enforcer with the 3 fusion, Cold Star with 3 fusion, Marker Drone, Shield Generator, Cold Star, Airburst, High Output Burst, Airburst, High Output Burst Cannon, Cyclic, 2 Gun Drones, Prototype Weapon System. My god, that's a mouthful. An Enforcer with Cyclic, 2 Plasma Rifle, Airburst, and Shield Drone, Marker Drone with the Starflare Ignition. An Enforcer with an Airburst, Marker Drone, Shield Drone, 3 Missile Pods. 2 units of 2 broadsides with the rails, the missile drones, and the smart missile systems and weapon support system. 2 fire knife teams, all with missiles and one with all with plasma. A Starsight team all with bursts. 2 Sunforge teams, 2 Kroot, 2 Pathfinder, 1 with recon, and 1 with -2 drone, the grab drone, and 3 units of stealth suits. So the next list that did very well was, if I go over to the first page, was Fernando. Excuse me. So Fernando finished 9th, so top 10, and there's like 339 players in this event, and Fernando was running Kauyon. So Fernando's list was, have a look. Fernando ran Kauyon, and it was a Cadre Fireblade with the 2 gun drones. He had an Enforcer Commander with 3 Plasma Rifles, Cyclic, Marker Drone, Shield Drone, an Ethereal with Strike Swiftly. It was, sorry, not Kauyon, it's Mont'ka, my apologies. He ran Mont'ka, the Ethereal with Strike Swiftly for granting 2 units the Scout Move 6. And then he had a Breach team, a Strike team to go with the Ethereal, a Pathfinder team with the Shield Drone, Marker Drone, the Recon Drone. Then he had 3 units of Stealth Suits, a unit of Vespid, a Ghost Keel with the Cyclic Iron Raker, Twin Fusion, and the support system. 2 Hammerhead Gunships, both with Ion Cannons, Accelerated Burst Cannons, and Seekers. 3 single Piranhas, 3 Riptides with Twin Plasma, Missile Pods, and the Ion Accelerator, and a single Devilfish. He did really well. Hats off, Fernando. I was watching your round 4, and it looked like a real nail-biter of a game. So well-deserved on the undefeated run at Manchester. Okay, so now we're going to go on to an event. So it was the largest one that happened this weekend, and it was the Scorched Earth Open 2025. And Durante, Glynisir, Bozzini, ran Kauyon. His list was, give me 1 second while I load it up. So really good run. Some amazing results, 100s, 95s, 96, 18, 91, so solid scoring. And what he ran was Railguns have 3 shots, especially when you roll that 6 to hit, buddy. So we've got Commander Shadowsun, that's the only character. We've got a unit of Breachers, we've got a unit of Kroot, we've got a unit of Pathfinders with the Recon Drone, we've got 3 units of 3 Stealth Suits, a unit of Vespid for Uppy Downy, a single Krutox Rider for action monkeys and trading pieces, a single Ghost Keel with the Cyclic Iron Raker, Twin Fusion, and the Battlesuit support system, a Railgun Hammerhead with 2 Smart Missiles, 2 Seeker Missiles, Railgun, and then we got 2 single Piranhas with the Fusion Blasters and the Seeker Missiles, triple Riptide with twin Smart Missile systems, 2 Missile Pods and Iron Accelerator, 2 Sky Rays, again armed with Smart Missile systems, and then you got the Sky Seeker Missile Rack, and then a single Devilfish, again with Smart Missiles, Seekers. There's a lot of Seekers in the list, a lot of indirect to go against Eldar, and a lot of speed in terms of the Piranhas and the early game trading, a bit of harassment units from the Ghost Keel, Uppy Downy, utility from Vespid, single Krutox Rider for trading again, and then you've got that package of the Breachers that can go out and play the midboard and maybe do a turn of Area Denial, OC Denial. So clearly a well-rounded list, I like it, and you've obviously done very well. Now I'm going to discuss something. and I need you guys to understand where it's coming from. You can go and watch the final of the Scorched Earth Open 2025. It's streamed on Joe at War Games Live. Love what Joe does. It's amazing. He's changed the scene completely, and his videos are the best out there for event coverage. So you can go and watch it. Now, I don't really like the Reddit or the internet. It can get quite toxic. And Durante played 6-round event. So what basically happened was there's a couple of mistakes, only kind of like a very human error, forgetting something, can't charge after it fell back. And the comment section in that video went a bit wild. So it kind of followed on with a sequence of events that shouldn't have happened, but actually it kind of hurt Durante a little bit because he lost something that he shouldn't have done. So human error can be made, and I know Reddit and the internet can be quite a vicious place with allegations of cheating and various things like that, but generally I think human error can be made sometimes, and this was just probably down to fatigue, and sometimes we forget stuff. It's only human error. At the end of the day, it's a game. So I don't condone any form of cheating or anything like that. Sorry, my voice is going. But at the same time, I don't like knowing that somebody's hard-earned victory is being questioned or ridiculed for honest mistakes. So for me, Durante, well done. I just think that as players, we need to sometimes just reflect upon things and go, you know what? It's our duty of care as players to make sure that errors don't happen going forward in the future. But nonetheless, he had a fantastic run. I want you to focus on the positives and not kind of focus too much on keyboard warriors or nasty comments or allegations and stuff like that. So well deserved, buddy. And yeah, you've been doing some fantastic work. So Durante also finished 6-0 at LVO with a Kauyon List, so he's been rocking Kauyon very well, and clearly he's helped push the Kauyon win rate up a lot. So we've had in summary, we've had a fantastic week. It's been one of the best in a long time. Kauyon coming out of the woodwork, so you could say that the patient hunter is coming through, and maybe the time of the killing blow is dying down. We'll have to see. In terms of myself, I've not really got any events planned in for this month, but there's a lot that I'm planning behind the scenes, and I will be hitting the ground running. We've got a couple of super majors coming up. We've got the Leeds UKTC Super Major. We also have Sheffield. Oh God, there's plenty more. So I'm going to be repping whichever detachment I fancy at the time. I have been favouring the Retaliation CAD quite a lot, and I think it's super strong with the extra AP that you get within 9. I think Mont'ka has proven to be potent, so it's got the legs to really take the game to your opponent. And obviously, with the generals out there that have been rocking Kauyon, proving that the way of the patient hunter is still a viable way to play, regardless of stats. And then Kroot hunting pack as well. I mean, we've got it all. It's a perfect sign of a balanced codex when you've just seen that we've had Kauyon, that was supposedly one of the worst in terms of performance, doing very well. Mont'ka, that's hardly ever been used outside of the US meta, is suddenly doing really well. Retaliation, again, doing really well. Auxiliary CAD has had a little bit of a dip, but again, a different way of playing. It's in its early days. I'm sure there's going to be a time for it to shine. And there's rumours that in this next balanced data slate, we might be getting a new detachment. So another one to add to our way of war. So exciting times. And if you're a Tau player, it is exciting times. So from the bottom of my heart, thank you so much for all the support that you've given me over the last couple of years. And your continued support makes this a reality. So I will keep evolving. I will keep creating new ways to send important content out there for all your greater good needs. So what you can do for me in return, just simple. Like, comment, subscribe, and come and check out the program. Discord, the link is in the description. You just need to click on the WAP. website, it'll take you to a page where you can choose whatever subscription service you want. Free community tier, Pathfinder, which is the entry level one, and then you got Shaspera mid-tier with the list building calls and the quiz the commander options. And then for those highly competitive players out there, or people that are going to tournaments on the regular, then the Chassel package is the one for you, where we give proper deep dive talks. And even last night when we were meant to do the better meta call, we ended up not, because we were about to have a data slate, and we just watched the Scorched Earth final versus Ynnari, and we were doing a collective discussion on it while we were watching it, so it was fantastic. So we have a really good community. Come and be a part of it. So anyway, guys, enjoy the rest of your week. Check out the content schedule, short video that I've done, and come enjoy the program and be part of the next Sphere expansion. Take care. Have a fantastic week.